אוקיי, ניסיון שני. למה בכלל, למה אתה עושה לי את הבעיות האלה? למעלה. אוקיי, הנה. למה אתה עושה לי בכלל את הבעיה הזאת? אני אפילו לא יודע. עכשיו אני בטוח יש לי הכל פתוח. יש לי ספיד טסט, יש לי טאסק מנג'ר, יש לי את המשחק. ויש לי סטרימלאבס. בבקשה, אל תגרום לי לעוד בעיות, כי סיריוסלי. טסט שני של לעשות את הפרק הזה. זה לא כיף, פאנפקט. כי משום מה, יש לי בעיות פריימים. אז כן, בואו ניגש לפרק של היום. פליז, בבקשה אל תגרום לי לעשות כל זה עוד פעם. רק רציתי לעשות ריקאפ על הפרק הקודם וכבר התחיל להיות לי בעיות בפריימים. Stolen Turnabout. ממש גנב לי פריימים. ממש תודה. 14 באוקטובר, 9:41, District Court Defendant Lobby 4. Hey Nick! What is it this time? Won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? You're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Acme's trial today. Detective Acme? They say they're going to try him as Master Mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Master Mask's trial. I know. Miss it. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I don't like Mise! Pearls has really got into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me! Oh, hi, On! Ah, Mr. Dwight! Good morning! No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Oh my god, On! Aw, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. Thief can't really be poor. Wrong about it! Now let's see, according to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending him to help him commit the heists. You really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible. But today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. Okay, מה קורה פה? I'm afraid that's not an option. למה? מה קרה? 14 באוקטובר, 10 בבוקר, District Court, קורטרום 6. וואו! חזרנו לפה! יאללה! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready. Preparation is the last refuge of the week. Hey, slow down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand. Yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. I need to get out more, Your Honor. life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, you're right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. Oh my god, that's amazing. His body was found deceased at approximately 9 AM on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 AM of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little kitten is, of course, the defendant. Well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness. Okay. Never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. First one is always the best. Ah, Mr. Godot, your witness? Okay then. Let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. Defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? Maybe a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. You've got guts, trite. Alright then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand. Okay. אז מתחילים טסטמוני על ידי רון. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No. That's not true. For a moment there, I thought you would set a record for the shortest trial ever. shortest trial ever? Oh my god, זה יהיה כל כך easy. Wow. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. And once he opened his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Huh. Very well. Now, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, That's kind of hard to say. Oh, I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. Madame. That evening, about 1 AM, I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. Okay. 1 AM. That's the exact time the murder took place. The weak got washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink up. It's birthday too, just like my destiny. You'll never know what from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. אני אקח שיעור ואגיד שצריך לעשות פרס להכל, כי אין לי שום דבר שאני יכול לעשות עליו קונטרדיקשן. אני הלכתי לבולרד, קיבלתי בלאקמייל, עבדתי בקייבי סקיורט עד לפני שנה. אז ידעתי איפה המשרד. זה נכון על ידי blackmail letter, הכרטיס. והכרטיס. אז אני מניח שאני פשוט צריך לעשות פרס להכל. כי זה ליטרלי כל מה שאתה לי לעשות. 1 AM, huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CO's office. No. Actually, not really sure. My watch was slow and my internal clock is also bad. Yeah. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Buller, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee, that's for sure. Blackmailer I got. It ordered you there? It's the first time I've gotten a blackmailer that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmailers then? Oh, of course. They said things so this and still. Why don't you say this for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say anymore. Now what should I do? Press. So what did the blackmailer in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, wait! Never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, you're right. After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. Well, Nick. If blackmailer didn't scare me, it wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Seriously? If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, זה הבלאקמייל לדר עצמו. אני יכול לעשות פרזנט אני יכול לעשות פרזנט לאנשים. אבל אולי זה אחר כך. וזה בלאקמייל לדר. לא. לא. אז אם ככה, אז דזרי. כי כל הזמן הוא אומר שלא בא לו שדזרי תדע בעצם שהוא בעצם גנב. ודזרי אפילו לא מאמינה בעצם שהוא בעצם גנב. אז אם ככה זה חייב להיות דזרי. לא? אולי אני צריך לעשות פרס? אומייגאד. לא, לא שוב! פריימים! עשה לי את זה. אני אעשה בירת באק, אני כבר חוזר. ליז. היי. זה נרגע. נעצור קצת לפחות. אני רק מקווה שזה לא ימשיך. עצרתי את המשחק ונעצר תפיסת הפריימים. הנה, כן, יורד הפריימים, יש. אוקיי. נראה טוב. ומי ששואל, ככה זה נראה. הנה, עסקתי גם, הנה, smells like old bag. Examine everything with a whiff of old bag in it. Trials and Tribulations, episode 2. טאסק מנג'ר כן קפיץ אותי פה. מקווה שהכל יצא בסדר. לאט יורד הפריימים וזה רק אגיד שיהיה לי את הפריימים האלה. אז אולי אני יכול לחזור למשחק בלי בעיות. נעשה רגע ספיד טסט. כאילו אני לא אראה את הספיד טסט בגלל שזה יעשה לי. כי הספיד טסט עושה משהו שקוראים לו דוקס. ולא בא לי שיעשה לי דוקסים. אוקיי. מה אם אני אפתח עכשיו את המשחק עוד פעם? עשיתי סייב במקום הרלוונטי. נרד ל2. הנה, אני חייב גם לסדר את זה ככה. וגם להרים קצת למעלה. כי מתי שזה נפתח ככה, זה נפתח באופן מלא ככה. אני מלא לי הפריימים. לא. כמות הפריימים שזה עולה לא משתנה. אז אם אני חוזר חזרה לטסטימוני, הכל נראה בסדר. אוקיי. זה רק כמות הזאת וזהו נראה ככה. יש. Just what are you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? You sure I was referring to the whole mask the mask thing? I wasn't worried. Mr. Bull didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Mrs. Delight didn't believe he was Mask the Mask. That's why I knew there was just hollow threats. I've been working for Keep Security until a year ago. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. Security chief? You? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge. A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I could change the subject? Why he was fired or life after being fired? Don't say anything this. You shoot a motive. כאילו אחרי גידי לשאול בעצם הסיבה, למה? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who said, I wish I never asked that. Never asked that. Hey, now take it back. Offended, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? You see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? The salary wasn't nearly enough. So, I stole that from the... Ma? Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief.
You stole some data and sold it.
Mr. Bullet found out and I was fired immediately.
What?
I wish I'd never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it a secret. And it made it seem like I'd quit on my own. What is it, Nick? Don't look so good.
Someone who breaks harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that.
You sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man. This whole thing just took a big turn for the worst. Crash and blew up! I'll take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. Fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. רגע, אני לא יכול לשאול משהו אחר? אני לא יכול. Fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Why would you do something like that? Oh, for Desi's hobby. What else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste. So Mrs. Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure about what to think about couples keep secrets from like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has got even mad to think seriously about couples. At least I try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least from that's what it sounds like to me. Got a bad feeling about this. Better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah.
Objection!
Oh! I'm afraid our reason isn't going to hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof that the defendant was the mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over once I was fired. But it's true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. And so, there was no reason for me to pay up now, a whole year later. Is that really true? אני פשוט רציתי לחזור לאופציה הזאת של ה-choice ואני הלכתי לקטע של ה-mask the mask. What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. Yeah. Still alright. I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying on your own client?
Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more you heat your fly, the faster they grow.
That's exactly right.
Hold it. Feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo.
Little lawyer amigo.
Yes. Now come on. Provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep data from his data stealing secret from being public?
Desiree. עכשיו זה Desiree. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday.
Well, what doesn't?
I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having such a person find out your secret. Ooh. Certain person? Mrs. Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife.
But listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins.
Dot!
Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault.
What do you mean?
Mr. Delight stole company there to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fined. Unable to face his own wife, someone used this dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about.
Oh. No! Everything is falling neatly into place for him.
Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry. Wow.
Well, it seems I've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? Do you think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes? Clearly, there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data from his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. Family man who cared just a little too much.
The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come on now, tell us. We're all ears.
The CEO's office. Okay. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there.
Ken, Nina.
Ken, I know it! עצור את זה רגע. זה ממש נראה כמו מודל של לוק. מעניין. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I had been wearing that, I would have been killed. I came to. Mr. Bullet was lying there, dead. I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. Said the mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Abby turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie.
No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that.
What are you saying? I was really attacked. Find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination.
Got that, Mr. Wright. Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll change you to another cup of my special blend.
to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Hey. There was a suspicious shadow. Suddenly I was hit. I remember being dazed. But wasn't worrying that they were being killed. When I exist, Bullet was dead. Very interesting. Malavashta. That? Could you please clarify what you are referring to? Why, my Master Mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Mask the Mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I just as Mask the Mask. Then I sent upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? You never told me this. I don't recall him mentioning it to me either.
Even I didn't know that. Seems a little friend really loves to keep secrets.
I'm sorry, I just never had the chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind?
My sixth cup of coffee is starting to up me coldly.
גדול, הכל בסדר? 6 כוסות קפה זה לא כזה טוב. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. Okay. Would be killed if I'd been wearing my Mask the Mask costume. Mask the Mask! I'm issuing a testimony. כאילו לא נראה לי שזה יהיה. יש לך את מאסק דמאסק, למה מאסק דמאסק זה מטומטם? אין שום סיכוי שזה מה שזה הולך. אולי זה? הברוץ'? כאילו אם לבשת את מאסק דמאסק, איך בדיוק הברוץ' נמצא אצל עמי פיי? אם אתה לבשת את מאסק דמאסק. לזה יש משהו. זה לא רלוונטי. אני יכול לנסות את הלוג'יק הזה. ובכלל אני יכול לעשות סייב מתי שאני רוצה. פלוס מינוס. אז... approach. לא, אוקיי. לא approach. לפחות זה לא הטסטימוני. Okay. Why are you dressed up as Mask the Mask? Because I'm Mask the Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Mask the Mask's trial is being held next door. Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at the time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask the Mask issue. So I thought I should go ask him just to be safe.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I would expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? What do you mean by it took a lot longer? Oh. Opening the safe, of course. My cape got on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable.
Okay, wow.
Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking?
Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine?
What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hit the body because he's the murderer?
Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look.
Therefore, this time was really obscure.
It's only a scheme.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you know about this whole safe business, do you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure to add this to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
צריך להוסיף לתסטימוני!
Oh, looks like a storm front is moving in over for the fair weather judge.
I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. 10 minutes?! מתי היה את הרקורד שלו?
שנייה. לא. לקח לך 10 דקות להחביא את הגופה של בולוב, אבל היה בעצם את הבאזר. רגע, נעשה בירדבק. כמות הפריימים עולה עוד פעם. אתה צוחק עליי כמות... למה בכלל יש את הבעיה הזאתי? למה זה תמיד מתי שאני משחק במשחק הזה? פעם שנייה! יש לי את הבעיה הזאתי. פעם שנייה באותו לייב. לפחות אני יכול לעצור את זה לרגע. אני יודעת איך יהיה כל הלייב בזה שבערך 20% מהזמן זה הולך להיות בירייט פארק. אוקיי. אני רואה את זה, את הספיד טסט. אם הכל חזור להיות סוג של בסדר. לא אפילו שונות רלי כי איבדתי 2691 פריימים. I'm not kidding. אוקיי, נראה די טוב. לא פרפקט אבל. כן, נראה לי אני יכולה לנסות לפתוח את המשחק עוד פעם. ולקוות לטוב. ומתישהו אני אולי לא אהיה היוטיובר הישראלי היחיד שעושה סטרימים. כי באמת לפחות אני מרגיש באופן אישי שאני בין היוטיוברים הישראלים היחידים שנותרו בעצם שעדיין מעלים קונטנט. אוקיי, בוא נעשה את זה עוד פעם כי היה בעצם במקרה לאג בדיוק פה. לא בלקמילר את הבאזר. זה הדעה של הבאזר. אוקיי. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? ובבקשה לא לחתוך את הפריימים.
What might this be?
The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button is in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
What?
If Mr. Ron the Light surely was the murderer, would have ran as soon as the buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading this way.
Objection!
Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. Probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them.
Objection!
But, as it turns out, the guard never came.
That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guy was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known.
Objection!
Good. Remember who we're dealing with here. The sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off.
This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean by that? Fine. Let's hear your theory.
Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed.
I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes.
Conscious?
So he fainted.
That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded.
And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say?
Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked out Moron Delight and then pressed the buzzer.
Wow! Wow, Phoenix! Subclass in the boomer band machine.
Order in the court. Mr. Wright, this is...
Objection!
The singer's like objection!
This is preposterous! It was this kid. Ron the Light, the one who killed Kane Bullard.
Then who pressed the buzzer?
It was... the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. Then got right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button.
Ah! So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. How's your opinion on this, Mr. Wright?
Naturalmente ma sure Kane Bullard? לא.
כאילו מה שאני אומרת זה שאין פינגרפרינטס, אבל אני לא בטוח אם אמרו שבולארד לא שם כפפות.
Cerebral hemorrhage from blunt trauma to the head.
So opinion on this, Mr. Wright?
I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer?
I can prove it, נראה לי.
כאילו כל זה הולך על פי ההיגיון שקיין בולארד משום מה שלא היה לקיין כפפות? אם ככה אז הבאזר הופך מתשאין פינגרפרינטס. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor.
This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer.
Her buzzer.
I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for.
The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it?
Absolutely not!
Hey, come on now. Let's give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth.
The fact there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue.
Now I'm the one who's clueless.
This bill has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Oh my god! אז כן, לא היה לה כפפות.
Wrong light. obviously wiped them off.
Why would he? A ghost could have come in at any moment.
He touched the button. I know he did.
The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask the Mask. And Mask the Mask always wears gloves. What reason could it possibly have wiped the button free of fingerprints? Wow! Wow, I didn't hope so.
Order, order, order. Same. I've been forced to eat crow.
I wonder what blade number crow flavored coffee is. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, then why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? I have no idea! What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden?
It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks.
They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullet at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened towards it when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sent the buzzer.
Okay, תודה רבה.
Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond! Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's see what you have to say.
Very well then. Got some guts. I like that in an opponent.
Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? To call the security guard. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. You mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes! Although as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time.
Ah! What a touching story. You said the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in?
No, I'm not. With that buzzer sound that there were 3 people in that office. The victim came Bullet, who was already dead. The defendant around the light was out cold. And
The third person, the real killer.
the little mother Shaluk at me.
What the fuck?
Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron the Light. And if any security guards came in at the time, I would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron the Light for the murder.
אבל יצא את הסיפור של מאסק דה מאסק קודם.
וואו, גדול. Or.
It would seem I made to eat my words once again.
Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee.
Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me?
Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Mask, so... Nick, You mean the real killer is... We're going to drag that person in here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity. And I also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used that to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusations, Wright. Who wanted to frame Mr. Rondelite for the murder of Kane Bullard?
Look! Look!
Take that!
Detective, look at me! He's the one who could have done it. He's the only one who could have done it. So. Yes, detective.
Look at me. You mean Mask the Mask did it?
Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Mask the Mask at all.
He is in actuality the true murderer of Kane Bullard! Order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Theft and murder! Which is the more serious crime?
They're not even close.
Murder is the more serious crime, of course.
It is a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you will.
But look at me confessed! There was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course. Famous detective was a mask as, well, Mask the Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along.
To be found guilty.
Mask the Mask had a perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was still in the urine at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask the Mask was look at me's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi.
Guilty verdict as an alibi?
Wow! Zepabishona! You know, it's almost time.
For what?
For a look at Miss Verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. We're going to stop this trial and stall down. We need to do it now. Of course. It's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder.
Mr. Look at Me's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were able to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof to his true crime, Mr. Delight will be left with no grounds for appeal.
Am I really sure about this?
Literally can't! I was shouting some stuff on them.
Ah, I bet it's only good. Oh, I bet it's only good. When your life's the end. Right. I believe in you.
Mr. Delight.
So, please, I'm begging you.
Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life.
Oh, really? You'd risk your life like this?
Oh. Phoenix.
Mia! What was that?
Don't stray, Phoenix. For a client, take the path for trust.
That voice!
It sounds like...
Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ah, that's your answer, huh?
Very well. I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, may we return? Please summon Mr. Look at me to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor. 1458, this is the code room 5. Oh!
Well, Sir Detective Admin.
I have to say, Mr. Bain, you performed splendidly.
Oh no, Sir Detective Admin. You were the one who...
Oh! Oh, משחק! Not enough! Court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court is find the defendant. Look at me.
Hold it!
Wait! Don't hand your verdict yet, please! Well, sir lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom.
Who's this, Zoser, eh?
My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And I wish to file an accusation against this man. Look at me.
Accusation? You accuse Master Mouse.
That man is not Master Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer.
What?
Get fucked! Let's go! Yes! Do the continue now, are you kidding me? יודעים מה? מה אפשר עכשיו? אוקיי, כל עוד לא יהיה לי בעיה. אני יכול לעשות סייב פה לטריאל 2. ולהחליט שאני הולך לסיים לגמרי את הטריאל הזה. בגלל שהפרק הקודם היה חייב להיות מחולק לשני חלקים. עכשיו מצאתי צ'יז אחר שאני יכול להשתמש. וזה בגלל טאסק מנג'ר. anyway, בואו נמשיך! אני בדרך כלל לא עושה את זה, אבל whatever! 14 באוקטובר, 12:14, דיסטיקו, דפנדנט לובי 4.
My sis?
I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice.
She's still alive. Inside your heart.
Nicky boy! Oh, Mrs. Delight! Is it true that Detective is the real killer?
To be honest, don't have any definitive proof.
He's the one who could have he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he a lonely tailor that night?
Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Admin want to kill Kane Bullard?
Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. It's gonna happen sooner rather than later. 12:21, courtroom 6.
Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Look at me, please take the stand.
Well, how do you do, sir lawyer? I would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when I would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Master Mask. I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Look at me has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. But there's no way I could have known what's been going on in here.
You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Master Mask.
Indeed! You chose a child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous award upon returning their own property to them. Like this diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are in fact Master Mask? Of course.
Very well then. Well, Cappy, let's begin with a simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at the time?
One without knowledge lacks him in the knowledge, and he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge.
No. Thanks.
Alright, Mr. Acme. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears.
As you wish, Sir Prosecutor.
Okay.
I was standing there and smashed the mask, just as I announced I would.
I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job.
The photo contains no words, but in this case,
One turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured the mask was the same time as the murder.
Seems like the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene.
Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the grave monster mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. Not a Francisco? What the fuck?
I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick.
The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Can Bonnie protect from my alibi as if I was really alibi though? I was still in the urn, just as I announced. I'm more than enough time to prepare.
Photograph contains no words, but in this case,
one turned out to be my witness. The time in which the camera is captured against the mask at the same time as the murder. בטוח? מה זה בכלל אומר? אני קצת מבולבל. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here? Is that correct? Yes, that is. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. Think about it, it's really odd.
you almost say that as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection!
Simply caught up by the very camera that he had set up. We all have days like that.
Indeed.
It turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing. It's a blue melody. Looks like I better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's got to be something funny in that photo.
כאילו, משהו ספציפית במצלמה הזאת זה אומר 00:58:43 AM. זה לא אומר תאריך. אז אולי אני צריך להוכיח תאריך? זה אפשרי שמה שצריך לעשות זה להוכיח תאריך. שזה צולם כמה ימים לפני.
So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is currently wearing the mask. That is why I'm called Mask the Mask.
But conveniently,
That also means that there's no way to tell who this really is.
what do you mean?
Objection!
You're saying this is not in fact Luec me. I could be an accomplice dressed up as Mask the Mask to create an alibi. Oh, what an interesting idea. I was saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice.
Hello! If Look at Me was at KB Security during the murder, then the mask in this picture has to be a fake. And there really was an accomplice.
But right now I have no idea who it was. Ken.
I don't have any idea right now either.
Baseless objections are just what the guy wants.
There's got to be another way. I'm going to find it. הטריק!
כאילו,
אם זה לא יכול להיות מישהו אחר, אז הדבר היחיד שלא כזה מדויק זה התאריך.
I believe Adrian Angels hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to load detail 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target.
I see. You truly are evil, aren't you?
Yes, evil is what I am.
Hey Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Happy was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? If there was stolen from Leslie Taylor, he was the only one watching it. You have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona.
You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. אני לא כזה בטוח מה זה אומר. כאילו, מה היא רצתה להגיד פה? רגע אחד. מה הייתה תמונה? אולי אני אעשה פרס ואראה מה זה איתה? About the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come on! It's too clear what you're thinking. Huh? Think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? Afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lord Taylor. And on top of that, it was Lord Taylor's staff that printed that pictures there. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered.
See. So I better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false? Has to be.
Or it could have killed Mr. Bullard or KB Security.
But I'm not really spotting anything unusual.
There are two possibilities. Either the mask in the photo is the fake, or the photo itself is. done by now.
Ah!
When I tell up about the camera, there's no way I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed Kane Bowler unless I had an accomplice. I'm thinking long and hard about it. The basement warehouse and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's got to be here.
Is there something funny about this picture? עכשיו שואלים על הפיקצ'ר!
You bet there is, כי אין שום תאריך. I'm implying that this picture is a fake.
You bet I am! There is definitely something strange about this picture.
Took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. And there's something in this world that doesn't match my memory quite right of that night.
Very well, then let's see what you have to say. What about this work do you find funny?
זה. איפה שהיה עמי.
Funny part is right here. Alright, this is a blood stain. Oh, blood. Now this case is getting interesting.
Not exactly! This thing is actually pink paint.
Oh, it's paint. And peach color to that.
From black to peaches. The judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. Turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen.
Well, Mr. Wright? Why are supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
Ami! The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. כן, הגולדן סטאצ'ו הגיע בדיוק באותו יום. ואז החליטו לכסות את כל הצבע. I myself was there that night when the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture truly was taken on that night, then the statue should have been there. Then that statue should have been there.
Objection!
But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner.
Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally?
Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night?
Can you do it, Nick?
Never mind who moved it. The real question is why did they move it?
Well, Mr. Wright, hope you are prepared with your answer.
Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? Luke. אפשר לצחק על לוק, לא? The one who moved the statue is no other than look at me! Oh no, I'm so tired. Here you go again on one of your strange delusions.
Mr. Wright, what basis do I have for your strange delusions?
It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. Yeah, it is indeed simple. Very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? בשביל לתאם עם התמונה. כי אם התמונה לא נלקחה באותו יום, אלא ביום אחר, אז היה חייב להזיז את הפסל. בשביל שזה יתאם. The reason for moving a golden statue. Here's where our battle really begins. סליחה.
Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue?
The reason can be found here in this photograph.
me! You pretended to be Master Mask! You created an alibi by showing you were at Lonely Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. The statue had been there. Your lie would have been exposed like cheap film at the drugstore. That's why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw?
Just in theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does the lie exist?
Oh.
Take that!
The line is what I saw around here.
Up at the conclusions again. I think you need to look at take a gender in your local mirror.
Ma? The Yiddish proverb goes, a half-truth is a whole lie. Keep lying like this and you'll be the one on trial. Ma? Well, now they're calling me a liar. Ma? The question is, why was the statue moved, right? What's the reason the culprit didn't want the statue in this picture? At least that's what I thought.
Let's go again, Mr. Troy. So where in this picture does this lie exist?
Ah!
Idiot!
Naturally, the line in this photo is the timestamp. Like, oh my god, אני אידיוט. לרגע לא הבנתי בדיוק מה שאלה, אז חשבתי על זה להראות. מגיע לעמי פיי, אבל אז אומרים, אם בעצם עמי פיי הייתה שמה, מה היה משתנה? שזה בעצם הזמן. Oh my god, אני אידיוט. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Adney went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to be a Lonely Taylor at the same time. What does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was the statue placed besides the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly! Look, Emmett already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. Oh my god, so.
What the?
Of course, the statue had been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Now, so on the day of the crime, Mr. Abney must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down a place where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Adney had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He needed to make the room match with the way it had been in his photo. Oh my god, wow. Oi! Mr. Adney, is this true? Moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. Right to this, the camera didn't go off on the night of the crime. Objection! It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lonely Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Oh my god, wow. Or. Skedoot, what is the meaning of this? Skedoot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down.
My 11th cup. I promise to drink no more than 17 during the trial. Which means still good till the last drop.
However, the defense has a very good point.
Good point. So what? We are all but travelers on the road of infinite points.
I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points.
So say this Fergus was taken ahead of time, and that statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that cannot be denied.
Which is?
It's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams.
That's very true. Oh wait, don't fall for that, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Damask.
Yes?
If there's no funny business in your actions as Master Mask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it.
Yes, please provide this court with your testimony. But your plan to steal the secret urn. Roshnia. אוקיי, חזרתי, בוא נמשיך. The secret urn heist. I first received a request from Lodi Tail about 20 days ago. Down was placed in box and Zuvari. It was then sent to the warehouse. And I was actually unable to secure myself until the day of the crime. And it was an extremely valuable treasure. So I sent my call 10 days beforehand. Then I handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hand for the first time at 1 AM on October 12th. Guess I should go. It's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we will still find the hidden truth. The truth hidden in the nuggets of the new information he gave. Witness. You're sure there are no mistakes this time?
Sorry.
Okay. Very well then. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
מה בכלל אומר סברי? Request 20 days ago. The urn was in the box and then was sent to the warehouse. I was unable to see the urn until the day of the crime. The world was valuable. I sent the card 10 days before.
למקרה ויהיה לי לוגין.
סיקדו. לא?
די הייתי בטוח שהאור לא היה שום value. אם זה היה extremely valuable, למה בעצם זה פשוט... ליטרלי היה קטע הזה שבו... מאסטר מאסק לוקח את הארן, אבל בעצם הארן היה completely useless
מבחינה כספית. מה אם unable to see the urn, אבל יש את זה? מה אם זה בעצם? Unable to see the urn. No. Seriously, man. Okay.
אם אני חושב שיכול לזרוק ישר contradictions, פשוט אני זרוק פרוטט.
You mean this box?
Yes, the pathetic box.
But the entrance was especially taken with the urn.
And she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom,
Not even me.
huh? Can't you see the new tidbit? So you're sure that you have never seen the urn before?
Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. The security was forced entirely on the entrance of their warehouse. However, look at me. Let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers.
I mean, this calling card.
That's right. That is, without doubt, my calling card.
Guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course. Because Abby knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him.
Then no one entered the basement warehouse. Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus for a period of approximately 5 days. People were indeed going in and out of the warehouse.
And this is the fact that proves that, huh?
Indeed. To be honest, even if the affair was taken, I think it would matter terribly much.
Hey Nick, this fur was fake. Detective Abney might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken.
That's true.
No, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night.
If we can prove he was lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it.
You're taking a good look at the court record. Not a lot to go on, is there?
The detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination. That he took this fellow well before the actual night of the crime.
Alright then, how do we do that? There's one thing that Abney stated very clearly, that he had never seen the urn before he stole it. He'd prove that he's lying.
We were asked to guard the urn by Miss Andrews, is that right? Indeed. It seems that I had heard of my sparkling reputation. I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. Better watch out too, Maya. I was unable to see the urn myself until the day of the crime. When did you drop the urn's box 2 weeks ago? She also knocked over some paint. The wooden box that had the sacred urn in it, with pink stains on it. Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. זה מה שאני צריך להוכיח פה. אני מרגיש שזה פשוט סיקרד על עצמו. לא. כאילו, כן בתמונה יש את הצבע. לא. איי איי. פשוט תעשה את שלישיית הצבע. נופ. Oh! Take care of the speckled urn! אבל הוורוד זה בעצם רק צבע. אם ספקל זה מתכוון לצבע... Oh my god. Stare at me, if you really are Master Mask. And you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. The problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mask had written. Take good care of that speckled urn. Now that's speckled here. Surely refers to this pink pattern on that sacred urn. Yes, that is true. But so what? Truth be told, there is no way the Master Mask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. I'm finding this joke to be funny, Mr. Wright. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error. Or should I say an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Abby had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo was a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Oh my god. Yes, wow. Ness, you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. It's broken. Nick? I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? So sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday we all decide anonymously. But this mayor was Master Mask. Now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way! Don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Abney was the one who killed Kane Buller. Let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright. Motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest? Nick is getting his second wind. He prepared an alibi and pinned his crime around the light, as you say. He must have had a strong motive for murder. The only one with motive, you say, is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear.
Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us about what the defendant's motives were.
I'll be honored to, Sir Old-Timer.
They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. What the fuck? Despite a lack of hard information, this may be our only chance.
A motive. Hey, look at me. I had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. And Buller decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Buller who wrote that blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Buller who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Buller's mistake is quite excusable. His defendant truly believes he is Master Mask. That's why Mr. Delight saw it. Fate to Ken Bullard. Truly a tragedy.
Detective Ken Bullard blackmailed the defendant?
This is the blackmail letter found at the defendant's apartment. And the right test confirms that it was Mr. Bullard that was indeed the one who wrote the letter. What? Okay.
Oh, well, Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
Okay.
I have no contact with the victim. He decided to investigate Master Mask mistake. What mistake it was? Because mine was blackmail.
If you don't want to try it, it will be revealed contact KB security on October 12th. If you don't, I'll take the red diamond you received the other day instead.
Diamond? I didn't talk about fuck Jewel.
But Jewel, the tier of Amanon. What is that? A newspaper, huh? Okay. Huh. A tier of Amanon.
כחול.
אבל הבלאקמייל letter אומר בעצם red diamond. הטיר of Amanon הוא כחול, אבל הדיימנד בבלאקמייל הוא אדום. בעיניי כל עוד אני לא מוריד פריים, זה הכל בסדר.
אז לא הגיוני הבלאקמייל letter.
לא? Stuck? That's right, stuck. From the old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error.
That wasn't what I meant! Who did the victim mistake Master Mask to be?
Right, and it's obvious. Ron Delight, of course. Oh, I'd like to wipe that smug off this guy's face. Wow, this laggy.
Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Master Mask?
Don't you already know that? Don't you already know that? Wow, take a look at this newspaper. But that's the famous Tear of Amanon. Oh, we go.
Oh, that's the famous Tear of Amanon. A magnificent jewel.
That first shows a magnificent victim as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard. namely the defendant.
Defendant?
The victim clearly misread this article and sorry. You got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Mask and Mask.
I see. That was an unusually reasonable deduction.
I'm not real.
What do you mean by that?
Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Sorry.
Security info.
Campbell is yet to forgive the young Mr. Delight, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief. Here is a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was received money through blackmail.
However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money? Even though he wasn't actually Mask the Mask.
On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he was just Mask the Mask.
That's why the light sought to kill Bullard. You really think that story is going to hold up?
Your assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid. What do you mean? I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Ronnie thinks he's Mask the Mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Ah. Well, Mr. Wright.
Ah. Was he trying to act like Mrs. Delight just now? I thought he was actually pretty convincing.
And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. Doing a thorough background check on Detective Abney and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any link between them. It's all in the report.
Perhaps they were connected for their work? They were both involved in security.
Nope.
That was blunt.
In any case, the only one with motive was Mr. Delight.
כאילו, מה שאני חושב, הבלאקמייל אומר ספציפית רד דיימנד. הוא אומר ספציפית רד דיימנד. הרד דיימנד שיש על אטמי, פה. הרד דיימנד של אטמי, פה. וההוכחה לזה זה שהטיר of אמנון, היחיד שנחשב בעצם לג'ול, הוא בעצם כחול. You mean this blackmail letter right here? It says bring $50,000. And the handwriting is without a doubt the victims.
There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it.
I haven't seen address C on this letter anyway. An address C?
This letter was discovered around Delight's apartment. And Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact there is no address C is irrelevant.
Wonder. What's up, Nick?
Just had a thought. ששכחתי להשתיק את הטלפון שלי והוא גורם לי לבעיות עוד פעם. סליחה.
What if the blackmailer wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? Oh, do you have evidence for that? Sometimes I just can't shake the feeling. There's something not quite right about this blackmailer.
Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? My God. As Ken. אולי צריך פשוט להגיד objection ולהראות את tear of אמנון? Oh my god!
Take a look at this newspaper clipping.
It contains a picture of the tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel.
What about it?
The problem is this jewel's color. Color. I'm not much for discussing colors myself. According to the clipping, the color of the jewel that was stolen was blue. But in the blackmailer, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take the red diamond you received the other day.
Red.
Which means the red diamond described in the blackmailer is not the tear of Emino that the Mask stole at all.
Objection!
עכשיו, your point is, Mr. Trite, you're trying to say this blackmailer was intended for someone else. That's what you're trying to say, right, Trite?
Is that what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Oh, that was what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Yes! Get fucked!
This is what Ken Buller was actually blackmailing.
Look! Kalchuva! Look!
Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme.
Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single Master Mask case. In the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel?
Probably the one around conspicuously around your finger.
That red diamond ring! That is the diamond reference in the letter. Which means that Ken Buller wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Yay! Oh my god!
Order in the court. I said order.
Seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite.
Oh, don't like the way he said that.
Ken Buller blackmailing Luke Happy. You for real?
Yes, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him.
Then answer me this. Blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world.
Yes, it certainly does.
Ken Buller threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity?
Atme killed Campbell because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity that he wanted to keep secret? This is what it all comes down to, Nick.
The identity that Luke Atme wanted so desperately to keep secret was the identity as he said that technically Master Mask לא רלוונטי as blackmailer. Look at me! Was a blackmailer!
Objection!
Hey now. Is that a little different from what you've been saying? You say that Kane Bullet was the one blackmailing Luke Abney. Are you saying that Abby was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
I have to admit, that does sound a little odd. I mean, Code of Arachel is a public knowledge!
It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense.
Kane Bullet was blackmailing Look At Me.
But Ron DeLite was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. We got blackmail letters. Acheti Ove Manon.
Detailed plans. In which case, that would mean that Ron DeLite was actually Master Mask.
That is what we're claiming. Someone else came up with the plans, and then Mr. DeLite stole his targets for him. That someone was none other than Look At Me. Silence. Oh, I see. It's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with the tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong?
How did you...
Say I, Look At Me, was blackmailing Ron DeLite. In which case, I will naturally know about all of his relation to Mask the Mask. Well, yes. Ron DeLite started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime.
That's the point. You certainly could have blackmailed him otherwise.
In that case, let's see some hard beer evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Abby know that Ron DeLite was Mask the Mask?
First crime?
כמה שיש לי דברים שקשורים לטירה ואמלן זה זה.
I think I see it.
See what? You were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into a lot of mischief trying to get to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. There's a picture of you and Ron DeLite in his guard uniform. It seems that Mask the Mask then just disappeared to thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid in a bucket.
Sounds far too stupid to be true.
Correct! With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Adme. And when you learned that under his mask, Mask the Mask was really Ron DeLite. He's supposed to be Mask the Mask. That looks like it wasn't even an ace detective. Believe it, just a slimy back here. A fraud trying to press himself on the mountain. Are you? How dare you expose me like that? I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous fraud-ace detective. And also Master Mask. Why can't you all understand that? I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. Are you? Oh, there you even imply. Oh my god, ani lo קורא את זה. What the fuck? Blah 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 blah. Oh. It's enough to make one laugh. Literally, הייתי רק יכול לקרוא בסוף בגלל המהירות הזאת. What the fuck?
See, we're finally arrived to the real answer. was quite a performance by Mr. Adme.
שאם כבר מדברים על פרפורמנס, אני אעשה עכשיו סייב, ואני כבר חוזר, אני רגע צריך לבדוק משהו. אוקיי, חזרתי. בוא נמשיך. אני מקווה שהכל יהיה טוב ונמשיך. Bailiff, please prepare yourself for Mr. Happy.
Objection!
מה עכשיו? עוד קפה. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim.
What do you mean?
Already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
Don't get much more in your face than that.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Wright.
What are you?
It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like look at me was a filthy blackmail. and that he was a lowly tailor at the night of the murder.
That's right, that's why he's the one who killed Mr. Bull.
But still one thing you have yet to prove.
What's that?
Just because he was at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, you can't prove that this pitiful excuse of a man was a KB security. I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
No way! And it should open again should look back, KB. Or in the court. Well, Mr. Wright, this is it. This is the final round. What to prove that Amy was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night? But can you really prove that?
That's long enough, Mr. Troy. I want to hear your answer.
That night, look at me was a KB security and the defense. What's this save? כי אני די בטוח שאני לא יכול להוכיח את זה. כאילו, זה לבא לפרפריישן, פרפריישן. מה זה? לא בטוח בדיוק בנוגע לזה. פרפריישן. וכל זה. אז can't prove it. Can't prove it. Just as I thought. And it should have a look specific. But if we hear more of Detective Admin's testimony.
Objection!
Fortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Troy.
What do you mean?
I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean.
What?
Have you forgotten? Lukami is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial. And face his guilty verdict as the mask.
Oh. Well, no, so lawyer. Seems like love wins out in the end after all. I'm the ace detective as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Rondo, the lights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order in the court. Let's have deliberation over this witness. I believe this. This way drawn is. Don't give up now, Nick. Still tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and...
By then, it will be too late.
Huh? Why?
Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law.
Double jeopardy? Shall a defendant be tried and found innocent in court? A defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else.
Mr. Abney will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as Master Mask, which means
He'll be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned. No way! The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Abney's guilt of that crime here means that he will never be again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer. Ah! Damn it!
Because this is a lot of stuff.
Well, there's nothing I could possibly do to win. But if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer who at me will go free. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no fair questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Hatton.
Objection!
Ma? I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, what was on your report card of year?
זה חייב להיות מיה.
Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result.
How did you?
Phoenix, rise your head up. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? Killer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
Mia.
That voice.
No way!
Hey! Mia חזרה! Not that no see, Phoenix.
Mia! It's the true power of the Korean channeling technique.
Now that's really Maya who's standing before me.
Right now, she's my mentor, Mia Fey.
Now, let's do this.
But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine.
Not yet. The testimony's not over yet.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. I've cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but... Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness has made a number of remarks.
Okay.
Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well. Then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot?
Nothing. Oh, so lawyer, looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehood will do anything to me, look at... Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination.
Mr. Godot,
Why are you...
very well then, Mr. Look at me. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance.
Yes, Chief.
Okay, בוא נראה את זה.
Indeed, it is true that I was not a lonely tailor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known the date beforehand, so I had this photograph redialed. The introduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I also was able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. But don't have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if it sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his master mask outfit, which is why I left the prints. And the blackmailer, the victim just likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Sorry. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy.
This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness's earlier remarks will not appear to have been hastily prepared. All these points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything.
Well, of course.
How did you know about the emergency buzzer?
The police investigation documents went directly through me. I was looking about all the documents. It's elementary, sir lawyer. Ugh. Are you going to make even more troubles for us now, sir lawyer?
I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cannot postpone look at me's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a second. Just one chance?
It seems like the party is about to begin.
Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem.
What do you mean, so it would seem?
Listen, Phoenix. Pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it.
Cup number 17. My last cup. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial.
Find a fellow contradictions testimony, and you can point out without presenting evidence.
Which means all I can do is find a contradictory remark and press it.
Remember, you only get one chance. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Let's begin your final cross-examination.
I was a Lolly Taylor. I had to see another job. I'd known the day beforehand, so I had the photograph. Black Dachshund told me that the chocolate was wrong. Because to kick out the wallet, it was abundantly clear he was there. I was also making the deduction about the buzzer only said once. No fingerprints. The victim would have prints, that means the killer did. The light was like, what's the mask? That's right, there's no prints. The blackmail? Just mistake the color of the jewel. Sorry, all the evidence points to the blue boy. Zero relevancy. A blackmail letter, uyo there. A kick out the wallet, yadua. A buzzer, uyo there. משאיר רק את זה! הפעל אותו בפרס! Mr. Abney, about this last remark.
Objection!
Still don't get it, do it, right? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm sure you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. אוקיי, אז זה נכון פה. זה בגלל שהמאסק לא ידוע עד לטרייל. ואין שם סיכוי שהוא ידע בעצם בטרייל, כי הוא היה בטרייל אחר. What? Stare at me. It seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's have your testimony, shall we, Mr. Abney? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. The light was wearing his the mask outfit. Is that correct? Indeed. That's why I said my deductions are absolutely foolproof. Well, like your deductions prove that you're a fool. Sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty.
When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron the Light was dressed as Master Mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was,
It was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup of coffee was looking at me with a cold stare.
כן, זה הדבר היחיד שנאמר בעצם בטרייל. שאין שום סיכוי שלוק היה אמור לדעת. That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else the fact before this morning.
Therefore, the only person who should have known this are those who have been watching this trial.
Do you understand now, Detective Atney? There's no way you should have known about that. Yes! I'm done! You are the next courtroom being tried as Master Mask. So then enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information?
Well... Come on! This detective must have known about it. Probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand.
And if it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delay was wearing his Master Mask outfit. There's one, and only one way, for Detective Atney to have found this out.
One way, you say?
Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. As a special shadow figure. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Objection.
But Mr. Delight never saw his attack. There's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Abney.
It's with that statement that will turn this case on its head.
Just what are you implying?
Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now if you turn the statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight.
Impossible. זה היה לוק.
לא היה אף אחד אחר שראה שמה. Detective Atney, you saw Master Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw when you killed Kane Bud and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing.
Oh my god! מה קורה עכשיו? הכל טוב? Take a good look, everyone! I'm able to find a rival worthy of my genius. I was supposed to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. Oh my god, finally! Something the case! An awfully complimented incident. Campbell was blackmailing Luke Abney, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. Upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Abney tried to frame Ron Delight. He claimed to be guilty as Master Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan. Used the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi.
Wrong outcome, נכון?
At any rate, it would seem we have finally found the truth. Excuse me. I can notoriously custom. You show me a record of an innocent young man. Featuring with the title of murderer.
Oh, ignore me! No, no.
Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why would he be?
about the verdict.
I know. You never committed any murder.
That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am as the mask.
Huh?
Oh, thanks. To that trial yesterday. I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy?
Now that you mention it.
Have been careless.
Careless?
What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was found innocent. Then, the mask is really innocent. It would seem so. For now.
For now. Now then, this court finds the defendant
Not guilty! Woo! Oh my god!
והיה בין הקייס הכי complicated.
Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, this isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Master Mask after all. Best of luck to my social service. This is called courtroom, defendant lobby 4. Oh my god, yes! You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia! It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days.
No?
I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days.
You mean about becoming the master of the Korean channeling school?
Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother.
Misty Faye, right?
Watch over her, will you, Phoenix?
Of course!
Well then, see you around.
Bye!
Mia. Oh, Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say.
Congratulations, Mr. Delight!
Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though.
Come on, just be happy already! Maya?
Been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Master Mask to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything.
Huh? What do you mean?
Getting security information for KB Security, becoming Master Mask. I did all for one reason, for her.
You mean your wife, Desiree?
She hates criminals more than anything.
What to think of it? She was once held hostage with some robbers, wasn't she?
She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but I took a fight from KB Security and lost all the money I had. She wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure.
So that's why you became Master Mask.
Yes, but it's all my fault. It's all over now. The broken bowl can never be put back together.
That's not true, right, Nick? Right.
Oh, really? Can we go back to the way things were?
You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. Yeah? Kind of wish you would check with me first. Not I'm presenting evidence. It's the line. Even if the ball is broken, you can always put it back together. זה הדבר שחשב עליו, הסיגד...
The second urn. Desi was the one who found this.
כן! Convenient. Wow, that's not a quick choice. That's right. Your wife. She's always believed you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Mrs. Delight.
You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you.
I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything to do with me anymore, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you would quit KB security. And I haven't imagined that you will really mess the mask here. This is the light. What are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on now, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away.
Didn't you say that you hated criminals?
Oh, I only hate people who act so cowardly and sneaky. Like detective.
I see.
But Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous.
Masz domę.
Chivalrous? I know I was right about you. Every day I spent with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Dizzy.
Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you?
Nicky boy?
Yes?
Very glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us.
Oh, well, take care of yourself.
You too, Nicky boy.
Oh, I feel my face going red.
Mr. Nick! Mr. Maya! Congratulations!
Talk about bad timing!
Mr. Nick! How could you? What another man's in front of Mr. Maya? No, no, no! Never forgive, never, ever!
What the fuck?
So, just as the case came to a close,
So did my consciousness! Ron said a broken bone can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. It's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Aw. Wow. Start and tell about the end. וקיבלתי את ה-achievement. episode about recipe for turnabout. זה בהחלט יהיה קייס מעניין לנסות. recipe for turnabout. וזה מה שהולך להיות לנו בפרק הבא. הנה קצת טיז. מה קורה פה? what? מה זה? Oh. Okay. Oh, נראה כמו פיניקס. What the fuck? Okay. וואו, זה דווקא אינטרו אחד ארוך. Oh, hey Winston. Oh! Phoenix הפסיד לווינסטון? מה? פיניקס הפסיד לווינסטון באינטרו של הקייס הזה?
9 לינואר 2003 ריין קול אופיסס.
What the fuck? זה בהחלט משהו. טוב, אז אני אסיים את הלייב של היום פה. אז כן, כאן היה ירין, ניפגש בסרטון עולם הבא של הניקיון גיימס, מקווה שנהנתם וירין. ביי חברים, מקווה שאתם נהנים.